Hey you guys, it's Kristen and welcome back to the Gold Project. Today is a two-part type of video. The first thing I'm going to share with you is how to make a scrapbook paper banner. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen the banner that I put in my office filming area. If you missed it, I will put a picture up at the top right of this video. So I'm going to make a similar banner today for my Thanksgiving kitchen display. So how I did it was I started out with a piece of poster board. This is actually 7 inches on all 3 sides. All I did was I took a ruler and I just measured out 7 inches on both sides, then I cut it out. I've had this for several years now. I just keep it in my scrapbook paper drawer to use for different banners for birthdays and holidays. So what I did was I went through my scrapbook paper, and I'm telling you, I had to go through it several times before I picked the paper that I wanted. But before I show you the scrapbook paper, let me show you what I used to try to match colors with. This little Cotton Colors Happy Everything owl attachment is what I went by to pick out the scrapbook paper for my banner, because my Thanksgiving display, it has several of the Cotton Colors owl themes for my Thanksgiving display. So I used him. I just kind of sat him aside and I tried to pick scrapbook paper that kind of blended with him. So after looking through everything, I came up with these pieces. This one that I got from my Planner Society kit. Let me move him out of the way. Then I got this one that is an Amy Tangerine print. This is a brown and ivory heart print that is Maggie Holmes, I think. This one, little triangles. This is also a Planner Society kit paper. Another Maggie Holmes. This is yellow and ivory. Another Maggie Holmes. And the background of this one is a pinkish peachy color. Then ivory and black dots. This is also Maggie Holmes. And last but not least, this one. And I don't really plan on using the notes on the side. I just plan on using the tan type of print. And this is also Maggie Holmes. So Maggie Holmes was basically the style that I used for most of it, with a mixture of some Amy Tangerine and the Planner Society. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my stencil that I had, and I'm going to cut out each piece of scrapbook paper using that stencil. Okay, 5 minutes later, I have all of my little triangles cut out, and I'm not sure, I may need more of the scrapbook paper. I'm not sure, I'm going to have to eyeball it. I'm not sure how wide my green table is in the kitchen, so I'm going to put all of these pieces together. Then I may have to add more once I get it put together. But I think it matches pretty well to my little Thanksgiving owl. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hole punch, and I'm going to punch 2 holes in the top corner of each piece of scrapbook paper. And for this, I don't measure, I just kind of eyeball it, just wherever I think it needs to go. I just make sure it's pretty far inside to where if I put my twine through here, it's not going to pull apart and come loose and run it. Now I have all of my holes punched in my scrapbook paper. So I have one last step to do, and that is to connect each triangle scrapbook page with twine. Now I just got this twine, I think, from Walmart. There are several ways that you could do this. The first way that you could do it is just kind of take one piece and thread it through the scrapbook paper like so. And then just go and then connect each scrapbook page. But that's not how I did my banner in my office. The way that I do mine is I have one small piece of twine. I cut a little small piece. I thread it through one side and then I tie it off in a knot. Then I take the other end and I go through the back, pull it through, and I don't really leave a gap like so. Then I just tie it off. And yes, I've got extra that's sticking up. At the very end when I'm finished, I will cut that off. So then I just knot that up like so. So I'm going to leave the extra at the top until I'm completely finished, and then I will snip it off. So then I get another set, a little small piece, cut it, and I always go through the back so the knot is in the front. You can do whatever you want. That's how I did the other one. My entire banner is now put together using my twine. I measured it against my green table in my kitchen and it fit perfectly, so I don't have to add anything to it. So I went ahead and I added a small piece on each end to tie to the table somehow. Now that's going to be a mystery. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. So let me show you how each piece is put together. And yes, I haven't cut off the extras yet. So that's my entire banner. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut the little extra on each piece. And that is all for this simple Thanksgiving do-it-yourself banner. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to switch over to my kitchen view and I'm going to go from my Halloween display to my Thanksgiving display. So you will see me take down all of my Halloween stuff and gradually, there's Bella again, and gradually add in my Thanksgiving pieces. So let's get to it. Now my Thanksgiving display is completely put together. On the left, you're going to see my fall banner that is from Barn Owl Primitives. I also had that up in my Halloween display, and I moved my white pumpkin from the table to the floor. Then you see my Pennant banner that I put together at the beginning of this video using scrapbook paper and twine, and I think it turned out great. I attached it to the table using tape that you're fixing to see, so nothing really fancy. I just used some clear tape, and you see it there. Hopefully nobody will see it. And then in the middle, I have some white sticky tack. Then on the right is my Lisa Frost Happy Fall pumpkin with another white metal pumpkin that I moved from the table to the floor. I switched out my Target black and white trellis lampshade for my yellow and white trellis lampshade because it goes better for Thanksgiving. Then you see my Heidi Swap pumpkin. I got that at Kohl's. And then the middle are my 3 Cotton Colors Thanksgiving plates. I bought them after Thanksgiving a couple years ago. They were really cheap. And then I took out my glitter Halloween pumpkins and added some pine cones and pumpkins and leaves to each one of my apothecary jars. The inside pumpkins and pine cones and leaves came from Walmart a couple of years ago. And then you're going to see my Happy Everything neutral platter with my owl attachment. And that is all for this simple Thanksgiving display. I will make sure to put links below to all of the products that are still available. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing my DIY pennant banner and my Thanksgiving display. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I hope y'all have a fantastic week. So until next time, bye.